How's it going, everybody? Level M Diecast bringing you punch buggies. It has been impossible to find these. As a matter of fact, these may be probably going away at some point very soon. Probably most stores have kind of vaporized having these. This is actually mix number 2 for 2023. There is a mix number 3 out that did show up briefly at Walmart. Never seen any of them. It's actually taken me quite a long time just to put together this 6-car set. The last time I had a punch buggy review on the channel was actually in February of this year, 2023. So it's taken all year to compile this, which is just ridiculous. I did pick up all of these from Hobby Lobby, one of the only places that still carries punch buggies or slug bug, depending on which side of the card you're looking at. Of course, there is the cost right there from Hobby Lobby. It is $5.99 each. Some of these were $4.99. They did recently drop the price. That is, of course, the mix on there. This is pretty typical of every release thus far. They've had 3 bugs and 3 Volkswagen T1s in various setups and stuff, the windows or the panels or whatnot. But the third mix for this year actually introduces a new casting, so I'm hoping that I can find that. Well, a new casting for the U.S., I should say, not a new casting in general. It does have these little plinths in there, which really aren't that great. It's a very interesting blister. Two-sided to the plastic. All of these Volkswagens are new. They are all new versions and stuff like that. They are not re-releases or anything. So they look pretty good. They do have taillight prints on the back there. White interior, white on the side. Nice two-tone to that. Lensed headlights look good. Really nice detail to the headlights there. You have a good reflection texture to them. Does have a nice big wide opening hood in the front, but there's nothing in there and it doesn't do anything. It's just basically to say, hey, we have a moving feature in there. Of course, it does have suspension, which is pretty common. There are your base deets just in white. Of course, imported through Jada. They are all Majorette castings though, so really nothing fancy there. Next one up, just another Volkswagen Beetle. This one in yellow with some black wheels. Kind of have to open these things like they're an egg. You kind of have to crack them open, which is kind of weird. So this is an interesting wheel. They can put prints on this and make a wheel design or just leave it blank. So I think it's kind of a cool idea. It's pretty thin. Nice, pretty thin wheel too. Looks pretty appropriate for the model. This one in kind of a school bus yellow does have some nice black details on the side. Black striping along the hood with a Volkswagen symbol right there at the top. Again, opening hood. Nothing there. They're all the same. Nothing details with that. Black interior on this one. And then a little bit of taillight prints as well. So pretty typical Majorette details and whatnot. These are, of course, made in the same factory as the rest of the Majorettes. But made specifically for the U.S. market, I believe. I'm not really sure if those show up anywhere else. But Jada is going to be making punch buggy other stuff. This is the last Volkswagen Beetle. Yep, these mixes are not all that great with their varieties, but at least we get some Majorette castings. We'll take what we can get. This one is your prototypical hippie bug, peace and love and peace signs and all that kind of stuff like there on the side. That is the same wheel as the black one, just printed with a white print on it. So nice little contrast there. Looks pretty good. Silver printing on the hood for this one for the Volkswagen symbol. Nice super gloss blue. Again, just opening hood, nothing fancy. Very, very straightforward. And then, of course, your taillight prints as well. This one's a little bit easier to read some deets on the base just because it's gray. So if you want to read some deets, there you go. This they do a claim that this is a legitimate 1/64 scale, according to them. All right, moving on to the 3 T1s. They are definitely different, though. They're not just blanket T1s. And I will show you that more so when we get to the white and pink one, more so than the first couple of window buses. There are no opening features on the side for these buses, but they do have an opening feature. It does have flames on the side, just in matte red. Chrome print for that wheel cover. Of course, again, super suspension like they always do. Prints on the front. Does have some turn signals there. The Volkswagen symbol done up as well. Kind of interesting not to see the color break of the V, which is pretty common for T1s, but it looks okay. Tail lights on the back as well, so not really a whole lot of color to this, but like I said, it does have a opening feature, which is difficult. So I will bring out a little tool to help out to get that open. It does have the opening hatch in the back. Nothing really fancy in there. It is just flat on the interior in there, so nothing in there, not engine detail or nothing like that, but still looks good. Still has a moving feature, which is pretty nice. And then there is your base deets. So this one says it's 1/59th scale. So, but I actually think that they're actually relatively close to each other in scale. I really do. All right, next one up, T1 again, but this one in a little bit more modern flair. Which is kind of interesting. It does have an accessory on the top as well. So get these crazy blisters out of here. This one is super cool. It does have a primer gray for the lower section. Nice 6-spoke wheel on there. Looks good. The wheels don't work with the suspension all that well. The wheels are too wide for the oh, there we go. If you get it perfectly centered, the suspension will work. I do not believe that Majorette actually goes through and tests all these wheels for clearance. I really don't. I think they just change the wheels and just roll with it. No pun intended, but I really think that's what they do. Two-tone has to have the black on the top, gray for the Volkswagen symbol. See that typical V color break on the front. Looks good. Kind of feel like that should be on all. Has a enormous surfboard on the top. The enormous surfboard is just gigantic. That's a universal coupling piece for Majorette. So tons and tons of accessories do fit that particular piece. There is no pieces or nothing on the surfboard, but does have a little bit of the tail fins on the back there for carving and whatnot when you're trying to hang 10. So it does pop on there upside down. I was trying to put it on there the wrong direction. There we go. The surfboard is huge compared to the van. Two-tone does carry over to the back with a little bit of tail light prints as well. This one has the opening hatch as well. This one opens a little bit better. So it looks a little bit better. It does have a white interior in there, so it's a little bit easier to see that it's just flat. But very, very nice that they took the details to print the two-tone on that hatch. So pretty cool. All right, last one in the mix. This one is also the T1, but this is a different casting. It says Daryl's Soft Serve on the side. So this is a food truck. This is a relatively, I wouldn't say necessarily new. This casting's a few years old. It's certainly newer than the other T1s we looked at. So this one is in white and pink. Unfortunately, this one looked to have been rubbing on the top of the blister. This is definitely a Majorette quality problem for sure. This happens now and then with Majorette. Unfortunately, the car sitting in the blisters is just a little bit too tight. They kind of rub and stuff like that. So that's unfortunate to see that. Does say Daryl Soft Serve on the side. Couple of snow cones. Pink logo on the front. Same lensed headlights with the turn signals done up. Looks very, very good. You see it is different on this side. It does look like a canopy because it does open up. There are two pieces here. So it does open up into two parts there. There is the kind of food service version there. You do have a sink and stuff on this side. You have like the stove and stuff on the back, countertop type area. And then you'll have some preparation stuff area, maybe some cupcakes or something like that on that side. But not ridiculously detailed, but it's detailed enough. It's kind of designed to kind of just sit there like that. Be kind of nice to have some print on the inside of this, maybe like a menu or something. But still looks pretty cool. Obviously, the back doesn't open because it has enough moving features. A couple taillight prints on there as well. Two pieces, so you want to put the side piece up first. There is a little notch inside here. You can see there's a little notch right there, which notch is right there. To keep them all together, if you're a kid and you play with this, you'll probably wear those out to the point that this one will probably want to fall down and the top will keep it from falling down. There is your base deets. Had it right the first time. Just in pink, nothing fancy. Pretty straightforward. Just another regular release for Slug Bug / Punch Buggy from Jada. Again, this is mix 2 for 2023. I will link mix number 1 at the end. if you want to see that. Like I said, it hasn't been since February of the beginning of this year since we've seen a mix. There is a mix after this. I believe the mix after this might be it, though. I think this line might be done. But let me know your thoughts on that. You know, it's unfortunate, but it's just not in any retail stores. They're just nowhere to be found. And at $5 a piece for these, $5 and $6 a piece, you're really pushing it. That's really expensive for just one individual model. But anyways, you guys can sound off in the comments. I'll definitely respond. I'll read every single one of you. Appreciate it very much. We're going to roll out level in that cast. Peace.